What's good, y'all? So 2 years on semen retention. What's my life like? What have I been experiencing? After this long period of time, would I still say that it's worth it? And a quick spoiler alert answer, yes, it's worth it. I think it should be required of most men. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of my feelings, all of my thoughts, all of my observations have remained the same, if not grown exponentially since my 1 year on semen retention video. All right? You know, everything that I observed, everything I noticed, everything I shared in that video has held true. But it's not just held its own. Some certain aspects of that have grown. You know what I'm saying? I've seen more of certain things I spoke about in that video. If you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend you go check out that one as well, because I discuss semen retention from A to Z. All right? So this is just where I turn my brain off and I just start talking about random things I can remember. You know, but one of the things I wanted to talk about was, we'll start at the very beginning, right? The whole act of semen retention is self-discipline. It is a tool that should be used to get to self-mastery, mastery of thyself, to be able to discipline yourself. Look at the word self-discipline. Some of y'all see that as an umbrella term because that's how I used to see it. And if I saw it like that, I'm not the only one. But self-discipline is being able to discipline yourself. So when you fuck up, you should have enough maturity to say, I fucked up. There needs to be some type of consequence for this negative action that I put myself through. You know, for keeping it within the scope of semen retention. You relapse, okay, you relapsed. So what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna give yourself a slap on the wrist and keep making the same mistake over and over? Or are you gonna do something into yourself, something in your mind that reminds you to never do that again? Now, I'm not telling you to get out here and like do some crazy shit, like you fucked up, you relapsed, and start whipping yourself in the back or some shit. You know what I'm saying? No. If you're gonna discipline yourself, I'm saying discipline yourself, not punish yourself. Okay, you fucked up. Okay, well, there's going to be some trips along the way. There's going to be some trips and some falls along the way. How many times are you going to pick yourself up, though? How are you going to make it easier to pick yourself up? I get it. For some of y'all, the semen retention thing seems like it's your last chance. You know, and when you fall short, it hurts. It crushes you. I get it. Okay? I can't say I've been there. But I can definitely, that might sound a little condescending, but I can definitely relate. You know, because it's something that you take seriously. If I were to just find myself jacking off 2 years in and destroy my streak via masturbation, oh man, I would look at myself in the mirror like, yo, the fuck is wrong with you? That's how you ended? You didn't even end it with a female. You ended it by your own hand. So you spent 2 years telling all these dudes not to do that, and then what'd you go out here and do? That's the conversation I would have with myself. That's why I said I feel you. I haven't experienced that because when I started it, I was off to the races. But I get it. Okay? One of the things that like I actually came across when I was doing some reflecting, well, actually two things. Number one, the first year of semen retention for me was almost collecting, almost doing a log of all the benefits that were coming my way. All the things that you've been hearing in all these videos, the glow, you know, the glow, the confidence, the female attraction, the physical prowess, you know, the sharper mind, no more mental fog, all that type of stuff and more. Things that I wasn't even aware of, you know, started to come into my world, and I was just observing. Just all these things come into my world, and I'm just like, I'm just growing on the inside, and all these things are starting to contribute to my growth. As I grow, the things that I am able to now perceive, and the things I'm now able to ingest increases with me, right? So the first year was me observing that. This second year has almost been putting everything I learned in that first year to practice. And if not practicing it, harnessing it, right? You know, let me go ahead and address something real quick, because you know, for me, I always tell people, and I've said this 1,000 times in my videos, where I always tell people to not do semen retention strictly for the female attraction, because you're going to get it anyway. So why would you devote all of your energy to like the lowest level of achievement on semen retention? That's the lowest level of achievement. I'm not saying women are low level and we're there beneath us and nothing like that. I'm just saying on the grand scheme of things that you are going to experience, that you have the possibility of experiencing, and you're just worried about this attracting some woman that you could end your streak on. What's the point? Have her prove herself to you. Yes, of course, you have to give yourself to her. She has to give herself to you. That's where us young people mess up. We want people to come over here and blow us away, quite literally in some of our situations, you little horn dogs. But nevertheless, you want to be impressed off rip without giving people time to develop. I get it. When some people you're just not going to vibe with, and there's some people that you give them a chance. Okay? But here's the thing. My stance is still firm on not practicing semen retention for the strict female attraction. Okay? It's going to happen anyway. Something that my grandma told me when I was a kid. Back in the day, I had I used to love Corvettes, right? And one day, I was like, one day I'm gonna get me a blue Corvette. And on my birthday, my grandma got me a toy blue Corvette. Can't lie, I was a little triggered by that one. I was like, thanks, Grandma. But nevertheless, but what was more important was the lesson that came with it. And she told me one day, she said, one day, by the time that you're able to actually afford this money, afford this car with real money, you're not even gonna want this thing. You're not even gonna want this. And I've applied that to this female attraction. I'm at the point now where, there's this particular woman at the grocery store that she be blushing, she be trying to flirt with me and stuff. But once again, there's absolutely, I find nothing attractive about her, but it's nice to just play the game and, give her a little thrill for the day. So I just, I practice some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's I literally yesterday, no lie, after I was done with my workout, packed my stuff up and I walked home. As I was walking home, I have to cross the street. And there was a lady, you could clearly tell about mid to late 30s. She was quite literally breaking her neck to look at me as she was driving by, to the point that she almost crashed into a parked car on the side of the road. You see what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, it does make you feel some type of way, good, feel good, what I'm saying? I'm that dude, I'm working on something real quick. But at the same time, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's women look at me everywhere. I get called attractive all the time. But one of the funny things I found is it's almost it's pretty person syndrome, attractive person syndrome. The more attractive you feel, the more attractive you are, people are almost intimidated by you, and or they think that you hear that you're attractive so much that people don't bother telling it to you to your face. There's so many times I've been around people and, oh my God, my friend found you so attractive. My mom be showing my pictures to all the older folk out there. Oh my God, your son is so handsome. I'm blah, 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 blah. I know. Yes, I'm glad that you're telling me this, but I'm only getting this reaction because I believe this in myself. Semen retention is going to teach you the power that is within. It starts off in the root. Let's get spiritual with it so I can turn off some people. It's spiritual stuff. You have your 7 main chakras, aka your 7 levels, right? The root, the root. I am rusty. What's the second one? The sacral, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, my third eye, bro, and the crown, right? There's a reason why it's called the root. If the roots are firm, the tree can rise. So, let your tree rise. Oh, some of y'all are 18 to 23 years old with erectile dysfunction. Maybe because your roots, your ball sack, doesn't have the nutrients required to make your little tree work. Once your little tree works, then you can go, oh snap, but then you have to control the growth of the little tree. Let me show you a perfect example. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. You see how, where is it? There it is. It's gonna be mad blurry. There it is. You see how those little stands on the little tree? You want the tree to grow straight, right? So you have to apply your own discipline. You have to make sure you have to put yourself in a way that's conducive to that tree to grow. So your little tree, aka your penis, for you children out there, so y'all keeping up with the metaphors and stuff, does not grow because it doesn't have the nutrients, because you spend too much time jacking off, watching porn 24/7, finding any excuse to go jack off somewhere. You happy, you jack off. You sad, you jack off. You're hungry, you jack off. You gotta jack off before you eat. You jack off after you eat. You're worked out. You jack off before your workout. You jack off after you're always jacking off. Let go. Let it be free. And once it gets back on its feet, because you have been squeezing the living crap out of it, the life out of your own dick, quite literally squeezing the life out with your life force energy that is the semen that we are conserving in this practice, and quite literally squeezing the blood vessels in your dick, making it squeeze up more and more and more. Excessive masturbation makes your dick smaller. It just is what it is. Once you get past this simple level of semen retention, the little tree, then the whole tree. Hello, do I not look like a whole palm tree out here? Does this not look like the stem, like a tree trunk, the whole body of the tree, and then the root being your feet or whatever? But your whole body is a tree. You have to start looking at things from the small level, and then look at that at the bigger version. Then look at the bigger version, and then look at the bigger version, because your world can only give you like the amount of like the world that is around you, the world that you experience around you is limited by the size of your mind. So if you keep placing limitations on yourself, you're only going to attract more limitation, or you're only going to be getting a small piece of what's right there available for you. So for me, with this female attraction thing, I mean, I've been talking to women, and they for some reason they just biting their lip. I wonder why you're biting. There ain't no like I got something dry on my lip. No. It's like, yo, I want to jump on this dude right now, biting their lip. You see what I'm saying? Some girls I'll never see again. Minding my own business. Like there's the truck full of like girls. Don't get me wrong, they were of age, but they were out of my age bracket, a little too young for me. But nevertheless, like they was trying to like flirt with me. It was like 5 girls, and I was just talking to them like it was nothing, because I look at them as people. You see what I'm saying? I live under the principle that real recognize real. And it's not being disrespectful, but there's just an observation to be made if you are on a higher level than somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that happens a lot on this journey. One of the negative aspects of semen retention is the potential for loneliness that some of y'all are not accustomed to. Some of y'all are accustomed to the loneliness because you're just a sad sack and depressed, and you have no masculine energy flowing through your body, so you feel like a piece of shit. When you are empty, it's like a comment that I got in one of my videos. When you keep emptying your balls 24/7, you're basically becoming a woman. I mean, you don't have the thing that makes you a whole man, aka your semen and sperm flowing through your system. You don't have any of that. So what are you? You see what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get controversial with that point real quick. We got people out, everybody out here wants to have a goddamn sex change. We got men that want to be women, women that want to be men. Please tell me, on either side of those people that have made that change, please go tell me if you can go do the original intended purpose of that orifice that you had installed on your body. If you had a penis installed, can you do everything that a regular penis can do? A man that was naturally born with that, can you do that? A woman, a man that turned into a woman, if you got a vagina, please show me if you can give birth. Oh, wait, you can't do the shit that nature intended for you to do? Oh, okay, just making sure. Just making sure. But that's going to be labeled as hate speech for some reason, even though you're identifying biological fact. But anyway, the main reason I make this content is because I want men to regain their power. And this is why I made one of those videos called The Purple Pill. Because I want us to regain our power, but in the process of regaining our power, sometimes we go way too far to the red pill side. We coming from, I'm keeping it within the frame of my phone, but like you got blue pill side, red pill side. Well, what does blue and red make? Purple, some type of balance. This is a mudra, by the way. Go look into that if you haven't heard of those. Like, this is just balance, But that's why I came up with the purple pill video. Ooh, butterfly. Because when men start to get this power, you start to get on this roll, and you start to only want to pay attention to men that are talking like you. And this is where you may make that mistake of becoming into like a little pickup artist, mentally manipulating women to have sex with them, to pick them up, to get their numbers, to play games with people. I don't have time for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I do hold women to a high standard. Do I hold them on a pedestal? No. I hold them to a high standard because I myself hold myself to a high standard. So I'm waiting for the right woman to enter my world, right? See, I'm not doing semen retention to flex. I'm not doing semen retention to say, oh, look how much better I am than y'all. I'm not doing semen retention to a particular time. For me, there is no limit, because I do know that my semen retention journey will end. Or let me just say my streak will end at a certain point, But the thing is, it's like, for me, I require connection, because one of the biggest levels of growth that I've experienced is like, don't get me wrong, I've always been a little bit different, but I require depth. So when I see a cute face, maybe a little bit of cleavage, you know, she got a big ass, a nice ass, she's athletic, she works out, she's mad pretty. That's cool. And some of y'all see a pretty girl, y'all ready to drink her bath water. Have some damn dignity, man. Have some dignity, man. Seriously. You over here paying for girls' farts. There are girls that get paid to fart in a jar and mail it to you, and you will give them exorbitant amounts of money for that. What happened to us? And I get it, people have their kinks and all that type of stuff, but at the same time, man, like y'all be giving these Twitch girls, these e-girls, these OnlyFans girls, all of your money when you get the same shit for free. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with y'all? I'm not saying go as far as, like, once again, like some of y'all do, is demonizing women and all that type of stuff. But I'm saying, yo, flip the game back, put the ball back in our court. Now that you finally got balls in your pants, it's like, now bring the ball back in your court and make these women prove themselves to you. If you go on a dating app, for example, you know, you have to come with the wittiness, the funny line, the punchline, the jokes, the dad jokes, the wittiness, the clever, the humor. You have to come with all this type of stuff. Meanwhile, they're just going through the people that have already liked them, and they're just picking, let me see, I'll give him some time. Who the fuck am I? Who you think I am for you to make me second? Nah, I'm good. That's why I live the way I do. Don't get me wrong, I'm always working with the formula, but that right woman that I connect with will make herself known to me. Don't get me wrong, I could talk to women, I could talk to girls all day. It's nothing to me. It's just talking to another person. You know, because I don't switch it up. Maybe I might add a little bit more pizzazz with the girl I'm actually interested in. But other than that, it's like I talk to everyone the same, with the utmost respect. I treat people the way I want to be treated. But some of y'all are disrespecting yourselves the way that you are chasing after these women. Another affirmation y'all need to start using is, I chase nothing. That's something that I say, because I manifest everything in my world. One of the other benefits of this is your manifestations. For those of you that believe in the law of attraction, manifestation, you know, seeing something in your mind and then it materializes in your physical world. It gets put on overdrive. You begin to manifest everything, and it just comes in this easy way, you know? One of the things that this is going to do is it's going to put you in a different space. If you look at the distribution of wealth in the form of a pyramid, the 1%, there's less people up there. There's a whole bunch of people down here. There's a whole bunch of sheep, zombies, bots that cannot think for themselves. It's crowded down here, right? Why do you think the rich people go get land by themselves? Because there's less of them out there. They can share the wealth. Meanwhile, they're keeping their sheep in the corral over here. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think the rich people go get the ocean side, the water side views, the water side properties with beach, you know, mad land, penthouses? I still have penthouse dreams. Don't let the thriftiness fool you. I have penthouse dreams. I'm going to be in a penthouse. I don't care if it's a zombie apocalypse. I'm going to make my hold up. You know, I'm going to make my home base a penthouse. Best believe. I don't care. I'm going to fulfill that dream before everything's done here. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's for a year or two, just to say I did it. You know? But the thing is, you're going to, getting back to my original point, you may experience oh God, I've been sitting down too long. I'm gonna start walking. It's like you're going to potentially start experiencing a level of loneliness, right? Because you're the only one like you. You know, you're going to lose friends, more than likely. If they are not going to join you on this journey, they're going to start calling you weird. They're going to say, oh man, I couldn't do that shit. And you'll start to see the addiction. Because what happens when you tell like an alcoholic, drug addict, a porn addict, whatever, oh, I can quit that whenever. Or they justify why they need it so bad. Well, why do you need porn so bad? Oh, no, I just like it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she got a fat ass. I'm trying to see her get fucked. It's weird. But when you see people start to defend something that you find to be a toxin, you start looking at people around you like, this is what you do with your free time? You know what I'm saying? Let me talk about something else. Now, this one might, ruffle a few feathers. Well, if I haven't already, but whatever. This one might ruffle a few feathers. But it's like, one of the things that I've learned, especially in this year, this was my own personal challenge. That's why I'm sharing it specifically with you. Yes, the subject matter is controversial, but this was my experience. All right. I don't judge nobody for what they've done during this period of time, but this is just my story. All right. During this period of time, we were all going through like the whole COVID-19 situation, if you catch my drift. And a lot of people were faced with a very hard decision to get, the Falcon Punch, to get that thing, or you lose your job. Get this thing or you can't come to the office. Get this thing or you can't go on the job site. Get this thing or you can't work here anymore. First of all, that is legally a threat. They always say I made this decision with free will and not under threat or coercion. Well, that's exactly what it was. Do this or you don't have a job. That is a threat. That is coercion. And one of the biggest lessons I learned this year while on this journey was to really stand for what you believe in, right? Now, I don't judge anybody for what you did or didn't do, okay? I made my decision. You made yours. That is not what I'm here to talk about. My thing is for the people that were so gung-ho, that cracked, that caved, that crumbled under the added pressure of fear, threat, coercion, fear, threat, coercion, social judgment, all that type of stuff, right? It's like, that's the type of stuff that bothers me. You are a bunch of men that said you were or were not going to do something. And then over a period of time, you got chipped away. Now, I'm not saying stubbornness for something that you should be doing and that can help you. And you say, I'm not going to do it because I'm a man, I'm tough. No. But, for example, with the whole COVID-19 situation, the whole Falcon Punch, the mandatory Falcon Punches, mask wearing. If you wear the mask, you're a loser. If you don't wear the mask, you're a loser. Everyone has their judgments. Everybody has their positions. Okay? But I was talking to a guy when this was first starting to get heavy. And we were in the field together. And we spent hours just talking back and forth about how stupid it is and sharing the information and the research that we have both uncovered. And he was like, yeah, this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And go back and forth. It was because this and that, and da. I'm like, okay, I have me an ally here. So then fast forward a couple months, that project was done. And then I asked him a question. I said, hey, have they started bothering you about your status, if you will? And he's, oh man, I kind of caved and got it. In that moment, all of my respect for that dude was gone. Not because he did, what he did, that's not what I was worried about. I was worried about how you did all of this research, got all of this information, and then you still did it. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you just did it because whatever, you did some stuff without thinking for yourself, or you weren't allowed to, not, whatever, that's why I don't judge. But for the fact that you went back on your own word, you said they have to kill you before you got it, and look what you did. Meanwhile, I'm sticking to my guns and I'm still being punished by it. It's like for those of you that have been watching for a minute, it's like I lost my job this year based off of this. But even through the threat and the coercion, they weren't going to get me to fold. I wasn't going to buckle. I said, hey, I'm going to take this head on. Because for me, the main reason why I did it, and I told the HR department this, I was like, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I did this. I was so serious about this, I didn't even get the tests. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do I need something jabbed up my nose to prove that I'm not sick? You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how I feel about doctors. And then you be seeing how the COVID-19 test be coming back positive for water, for orange juice. It's literally like flipping a coin to see if you have COVID-19 or not. You know what I'm saying? But it's but nevertheless, man, it's one of the biggest things that I overcame this year was I really did stick to my guns. I said that this is what I believe. This is what I'm going to do. And I am ready to accept the consequences, good or bad, of my decisions. That is something that we as men need to be able to do. Now I understand if new information comes to light and you have to have a change of opinion, sure, whatever. But for the fact that a man has all this conversation, has so much gusto, so much confidence, talking all this shit, but then behind closed doors they do something different. This is why I said you may face a little loneliness spell, but not because of the lonely depression, all that type of stuff, the lack their energy and that type of stuff. But you are going to be lonely because there ain't going to be no real ones around you until you surround yourself with real ones and all that type of stuff. Don't get me wrong. This is speaking from my perspective. I'm a hermit. I'm an introvert. I stick to myself. I'm very selective with who I let into my life. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow, people are not going to be able to keep up with you. You know? I'm walking around this field. This is my field. You know what I'm saying? I call this my field when I'm talking to my parents. Well, what's the name of the field? I don't know. This is my field. This is where I go. This is where I work out. This is where I inspire other people. This is where people be coming up to me and saying, yo, like, you inspire me just by you working out here. Because I'm somebody that knows himself now. And I'm always looking to grow. I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to be wrong. But I'm happy with who I am. How many of you could say that about yourselves? You know, you young men out there, how many of you could say, I love me? Some of you can't. That's what this practice does. You know? Sure, the girls looking at you, the girls breaking their necks, almost getting in a car accident, staring at you is nice. Having the whole conversation with the girls biting her lip, ready to jump on you is nice. Having all those girls at one time trying to talk to you, all being all giddy and swirling and shit, looking all cute and shit. It's like, yeah, that's nice. But none of that is more important than my mission in life, my purpose, right? My purpose is to motivate, uplift, promote truth, at least my truth as I see it in the moment. I'm not here to mislead. I'm just sharing what I know with the world, right? If I'm not doing that, I feel dead. Even if I'm not like making videos, if I'm not learning something, if I'm not bringing in new information that I can use to make better decisions in my own personal life as I continue to grow, if I'm not doing that, I feel dead. But some of y'all are physically dead because y'all quite literally don't have the fuel in your car anymore. Stop wasting it. All right? Stop wasting it. Semen retention is a catalyst. I'm just trying to summarize everything. Semen retention is a catalyst. I would go on an unpopular stance and say that it is not the end all be all. You know, semen retention is a tool for you to use. It's a tool. It makes you better by default. But like I say, I consider it a reset button, right? If you have been someone that's been like that lacks self-control and you do on semen retention, well, now you're no longer going to find the only pleasure in life comes from an ejaculation, from you nutting to a whole bunch of pixels on the screen. Because that's where some of y'all get the only pleasure in your life. That's where y'all get it. It's from pornography, from masturbation, because y'all can't even bring in all the greatness that's around you. My life is amazing and very simple because this is the life of my creation. I get excited walking barefoot in the park. I could do that every day and enjoy myself. You know, getting my grounding in, you know, letting the grass, like, you know, hit my feet, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the little bugs flying around, the little bugs crawling around and stuff. That's mad fun for me. But some of y'all, especially some of y'all kids that grew up with technology, it's like y'all are glued to this thing. When the whole world is around you, your whole world has been limited to a little screen. And some of y'all, it's not even, y'all put porn up on the big screen TV, like y'all bug out. Don't get me wrong, we've been there. But it's like, you gotta realize, it's like, all right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta cut it back. Because what y'all don't realizing is you're rotting your brains with porn. On more ways than one. It's too much for your brain, right? Number one, it's too much for your brain. Number two, it's fake. Most of it. Like, I'm not sure if I got that in this take. But like, you know, I said most of y'all can remember your favorite porn star's name. Oh, bruh. Insert name here, bruh. Her titties, bro. Oh, my God. Oh. Who's your favorite philosopher? Who's your favorite inventor? You know, what's your favorite gaming company? Some of y'all don't even know the gaming companies behind the games you play. I play Fortnite. Y'all gotta grow up, everybody. You know what I'm saying? We all here to grow together. You know, we can't be looking at each other trying to, like, you know, with that crabs in a barrel mentality. You know, it's like you see another man winning and you want to bring him down, or you're trying to find every reason why, you know, every reason why he won and you lost. No, he won, and this is how he did it. So how are you going to win? Just because this random person won, that to whom you don't even know who they are in real life, they won on social media anyway. Like, what does that even mean? It's like, because they won on social media and they look like they're living that life, you don't know what's going on with them, and they're showing you the highlights, and you're comparing your everyday life to their highlights. That don't make no sense. Steph Curry has games where he went 3 for 7 from three-point line, and you only say that you're not a good shooter because you didn't keep up with Stephen Clay's like three-point setting record night. Like, huh? Why are you comparing yourself to that? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Start focusing on yourselves, man. And then you could be that change that we need in the masculine community of men helping each other. Stop being jealous of people, especially, you know, actually, let me talk to the young gamers out there real quick. You know, don't get me wrong, there's like this one game I play, and I play it a lot. I play it while I'm working. That's why I got so much time with it. You know what I'm saying? But like, one of the things I realized is like, you kids, you gamers out there really need to get a grip. If I am able to trigger you on a browser game with 8-bit artwork, you know what I'm saying? If I'm able to trigger you and I'm sitting here I'm reading emails, I'm on work calls while I'm playing this game, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even paying you any mind, but yet I am destroying your whole world simply because of a character I'm using or something. You need to expand your horizons. You know what I'm saying? For those of you that actually, like the gamers out there, you know, if you are playing a game and you're really good at it, stop making excuses for why he's hacking, the lag, it's always everybody else's fault but yours, right? One of the biggest things about semen retention is that you take personal responsibility for all of your actions. You learn how to adapt. When things come your way, you adapt. I lost my job. This is the first time I've ever experienced something like this. Me not knowing where my next paycheck is coming from. I was scared. But you know what? After I got through my little week or two long funk, I bounced back. I adapted. You know, in the meantime, you know, I started trying out different things. Don't get me wrong, none of them really stuck, but I tried them. You know what I'm saying? Where some people, I'm out of a job, I'm this and this, I'm not gonna make it. No, that was never a thought of mine. It was just new territory. My mind was running. I could not sleep because my mind was trying to compute a whole bunch of variables that I haven't simulated in my mind yet. You know, but from that, I made an art collection. You know what I'm saying? And I gave it some crazy ass prices because in all actuality, I wish I could go back and make them all $1 million a piece. Why? Because I can. But like, people be over here bitching and complaining. They'll give up. They'll rage quit the game or real life, if you catch my drift there. I'm not making a joke of it, but I'm being dead serious about that. You know, it's like they will rage quit. They'll get mad. They'll blame the developers. They'll blame the character. Oh, you're cheap. You're cheating. You're a loser. Blah, blah, blah. Make all these excuses instead of just finding a workaround. I had no money. I had no source of income coming in. So what did I do? I made value out of nothing. I made pictures on Paint 3D, a default Paint app on my computer, and I made art. Now, at first, I will not lie. The first couple pictures, it started off as a money grab, but then I legitimately started having fun with it. I started enjoying what I was doing. From the darkness comes the light. It's always the darkest before dawn. I can't be stopped. I literally made value out of nothing, and y'all are sitting here twiddling your thumbs like, ugh, so how do I stop masturbating? That's what you're worried about? I can't lie. Some of y'all have to realize how blessed you are, that's your only problem in life. But at the same time, let me go ahead and completely counteract that by saying that's going to be the first thing that y'all need to handle. And then you're going to realize how many other limitations that you got. Once you conquer this one, wait, if I'm able to conquer this, what else can I conquer? If I could do this, what else could I do? You know? You have to grow while you're on this journey. You can't just be in here for a number. Like, oh, I did it for 3 weeks. I did it for 7 months. And no one's going to care. Even people in the semen retention community don't really care until you make it to a certain point. That's why my 1 year blew up. I don't expect this one to blow up like that one, because this one wasn't nearly as funny as that one. That's why I tell people to go check out that one. But nevertheless, it's like, you have to grow with this. It's a catalyst. It's a tool. If I throw the hammer on the ground, use this example before. If I throw the hammer on the ground, tell me go build a fence. Well, don't at some point you have to pick up the hammer and go utilize it to build the fence. Semen retention is that hammer. If you leave it over there, don't get me wrong, I'd rather you have a hammer in your hand rather than a freaking, like, Pornhub in your phone, you know what I'm saying? But you still have to go do something with it. Yes, like I said, semen retention will reset you. It will reset you as a man. Okay, wait a minute. I was giving too much time to porn. I was doing too much time being a little simp. I was giving too much time to this girl that wasn't giving me the energy back. I'm tired of being ignored in my office. I'm tired of being walked over. I'm tired of having no control in my life. Well, if you can control the thing that seems to control 90% of men, you are already off to a head start. You feel me? This is why I'm so freaking different. And I've embraced my difference. My social anxiety is like actually gone. Like I talked about before, I was very proud of that day. That's why I broke my little hermit vacation, you know what I'm saying, to just share that message with y'all. Like, I went to a wedding and I was like, damn, there's gonna be a lot of people here. Am I gonna break down again? Am I gonna, no, we got this. We've been working on this, we got this. And I found that I'm not the socialite. I'm not the small talker. I don't like small talk. It's annoying because we're not gonna talk after this, so what's the point? You know what I'm saying? You can tell when people are not interested in you. So, like, I was hanging out with a bunch of the groomsmen and I was just like, okay, some of y'all are cool, but I know I'm not gonna hang out with y'all ever again. You know what I'm saying? The bridesmaids were just cool, but like I learned quickly with them, I just didn't like a lot of their temperaments. Nothing wrong with them. This is just my base observations from what I observed, but all I do is observe. I have a very strict speak when spoken to. Like, when I'm in a place where I don't know people and all that, I have no problem with that. If you make the attempt to speak to me, if you go out of your way to speak to me, I will reciprocate that energy to you. But I don't find that to be weird anymore. I don't feel the need to go into the party and find my place. Who can I hang out with this entire? No, fuck that. I'll hang out with myself. I'll see who's out here, matching my energy. I'm a wanderer when it comes to social events. You'll never find me. I just walk around, do figure eights around the whole venue I'm in. And if no one talks to me, I'll go stand in the corner. I'll get posted up with a book or something. I'll go outside for a smoke or something. Like if I'm in the smoking phase, that's on and off with me. But nevertheless, I'll just go do all type of stuff. And by smoking, it's not cigarettes. I'm in Denver, so. But nevertheless, I have no problem just being me everywhere. I feel very little need to change. Yes, adaptations are necessary based off of your environment, of course. But I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to be the hyper analytical funny dude. I'm going to be the cool ass nerd. I'm a dork. I like being a dork. But actually something funny with me with like being a dork, it's like I make everything a win for me. That's just my world. That's how my mind is geared. For me, for example, it's like when I first moved to Colorado, I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus. Like this whole thing was shot. The thing was a boomerang on the ground. You feel me? So over the course of years and years, my right leg is like damn near crooked because it's like compensating for my left leg. So I actually walk kind of funny. And that makes me a little bit more stiff. Don't get me wrong, I'm working on it. I should be putting more effort towards that. Once again, growth, being able to identify where you have areas that need to be harnessed. But it's like I also study people, and one of the people that I studied was Negan from Walking Dead, because he always he's like his lower body stays straight, but everything is just you're crazy. It's always the upper body, and I mastered that. You know what I'm saying? So when I was giving my speech at the wedding, when I was giving my toast, I was just doing a whole bunch of stiffness, but I make it work for me. See, y'all think like, it's like, damn, this has been 39 minutes already. But nevertheless, whatever, I'm just going. It's like, y'all think like being a real man is like running around screaming you're alpha. It's not. I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha. If you have to tell people you're an alpha, say it with me, everybody. You're not alpha. And I think I've already said this before, but we need to also get away from that alpha and beta shit. Man, fuck that. I'm me. No, you're an alpha male. You're a beta male. No, I'm me, dog. I'm me. It's like I'm only worried about myself. I'm not like I know like it's still something I deal with. Like I know I have to accept positions of leadership, but I still run from it. It's my own little personal dilemma. You know what I'm saying? But we all have areas to grow. But it's like I lead myself before anything. I'm not here to be your hero. I'm not here to be your leader. I'm trying to be my hero, my leader. And for all the things that I've learned in my independent life, me living the life that I want to live, me living true by my affirmations and my mantras that I live by, I've become the greatest version of myself that I have ever experienced in my 28 years of life. You know, it's like I've been more focused on my greatness than my calendar, aka I'm not sitting here striking the days off. Day 1 on semen retention, day 47 on semen retention, day 112 on semen retention. No. I mean, after like 3 months, I really lost track. You know, in all honesty, I hit 2 years of semen retention June 1st. It's now the 29th that I'm recording this video, and I forgot to make this video because it's just my life now. But I thought I'd give this update to people that really wanted to know everything about this. You know, it's like this process is amazing. It's transformative. But a lot of y'all get the wrong impression with it as well, because you will try semen retention for a week and you want all the benefits that we've all been talking about, all semen retention content creators been talking about. You do this for a week and you want the same experience that I have 2 years on it. What sense does that make? If you go to the gym and bench press 135 one time and get off, are you going to be like, no, you're going to be the same skinny dude that jumped down on the bench. It takes time. It takes progression. You know what I'm saying? It takes you like a month of like heavy working out before you see any type of results. So why are you getting into this just for, like, yes, I get it. You get into this because you want to experience said results. But why are you going to do this just for some type of reward? Is not the reward making yourself better? Shouldn't that be the only reward you are going for? And then don't be like that one person that, like, I'm not sure, I can't remember what I said and haven't said already. But, like, you know, don't be like that one person that left that comment that lives in my head rent free. When you started talking about chakras, I tuned out. So you voluntarily, as a man, you're trying to become a man, and you are cutting yourself off from vital flows of information. Something that can, like, put the clues together of life together for you. And you're going to say, nah. Like, I get it. Some things aren't for everyone. I get that. But like I said, jack of all trades, master of none. You know, you can't be a man out here that's going to blind yourself to new information. Let's make it very simple. Republican, Democrat. You feel me? I don't give a damn about all parties. They're all demonic. They are all here to control you. But if we were to have this conversation, let's just say if I was political, I'd probably be Republican. So let's go ahead and just piss people off. I'm Republican. So I'm only going to look at pro-Republican news. That's the best thing for me to do as a Republican. Does that make sense? So you're going to put yourself in the echo chamber, and if anyone says anything different than the Republican Party, they're leftists, they're disgusting. No, you need to see what your quote enemy, you need to see what your opposition is doing. Learn from your enemies, learn from your friends, learn from the people supporting you, learn from the people that are trying to provide you with obstacles. Learn from everything, because me, like I've always told y'all about, I always try to remind y'all, it's like I believe in mental alchemy. That is my spiritual practice. That's where I just go within, I see stuff in my mind, and I make it happen in this world. I do not exaggerate with y'all when I say I am a god. You know, and whatever variation that turns into, whatever that grows into over time. But in this point of my existence, I very much resonate with the gods up there. I be seeing the gods that we're supposed to be worshiping and giving offerings to, and I just sit here, I'm just like, I don't know, it's just my stubbornness, but I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why? That doesn't make sense to me. And once again, that could just be my own ignorance, but I'm at the same time, if they're gods, and those are our brothers and sisters and ancestors, and I'm a god, why am I giving someone my equal? Nah, bro, like, just talk to me, help me out, bro, sis, help me out. It's like I'm stuck in my little human form. So hey, help me out real quick. That's just how I see it. That might sound ignorant. That might sound like selfish to some people that really practice this type of stuff. And put me on game if you know more than me. But there's just certain things about that. Like it's like you summon freaking Cthulhu. What's that one of them super villains, Galactus or whatever. You know, Galactus' face just pops up in the like the huge ass. Just imagine the biggest single alien entity pops up in the sky. And he's like, I will destroy you, peasant, if you don't bow down. I'm like, well, you better squish me, bitch, because I'm not kneeling for nobody. Like, you bow down, man. The only time I take a knee is when I'm working out, catching my breath. Like, you better put your finger down and squash me, because it ain't gonna happen. I will destroy everything around you. Okay, I guess. This is all just the physical anyway. If you feel the need to do that, then go for it. Like, I will talk shit to fucking Cthulhu. I don't care. Because, like, I know who I am. I know that I have so much power in me. But that scares people. There's no fear in my heart. I have no fear of speaking to the gods like that. I have no fear of speaking to the demons like that. Because you know my body. Like, I'm going to end this video off with me just talking shit about myself. Like the good shit. Talking that good shit about myself. I am fucking amazing. How many of you can't say that about yourselves? I'm amazing. I am dope. I attract everything I want into my world. I am powerful. I am self-governed. I am self-led. I am self-disciplined. I don't need anyone around me to get to the next levels of my greatness. You feel me? I don't need anyone. Yes, there are times in my life where I do feel a little lost. I feel like I wish I just had somebody to like show up and be like, hey, hello, I have now materialized myself in the physical so we could speak. Like, I want one of those moments. I won't lie. But when it comes to other people, I don't need anyone. But also, too, I'm no longer directly and only primarily pushing people away. If you have something to teach me, I will learn it from you. And in equal exchange, I will teach you something that I know. Right? I know when it's time for me to talk, and I know when it's time for me to speak. I know when it's time for me to socialize. I know when it's time for me to put on a show. Like I said, with that speech, I'm gonna be talking about that speech I made for a long time, because that was a very powerful moment for me. It's like I am at the point where my energy is so potent that I arise the energy over the people around me. Everybody in that venue was clapping, giving me applause before I was even done. People were giving me applause before I even made like the zinger where I was expecting said applause. You know? I can now move audiences with my voice, whether it be on a freaking phone or it's in real life. It doesn't matter. As someone that used to shut down from social anxiety because I didn't feel like I fit in, or I would never be able to fit in, and because I can't fit in, people are going to be looking at me, and then the people are looking at me, they're going to be judging me, making these false assumptions about me that are or not true. That I just don't know how they feel. That I don't care no more. Think what you want about me, you know? Like I said, it's my goal to walk into some place where I need it's like some 5-star restaurant. I want to walk in with some a hoodie, some basketball shorts, and some slides. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. These are my goals. These are my simple goals. Don't get me wrong. I'd like the big goals. You know, I would like to fly, teleport, you know, like interdimensional travel, fly around in space, do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because the second this firmament is gone, I'm out. I mean, hey, I love y'all. I can't take y'all with me. I'm out of here. You know, I did what I was supposed to do. You know, but in the meantime, I have like petty goals. And I have some huge goals. And guess what? I live in a world where I have already accomplished them in my mind. I'm just waiting for it to play out in the physical reality. I have no problem, no fear of sounding weird anymore, because I am the coolest dork you're ever going to meet. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cool, off-balance, weird-legged dork that still gets attraction, the female attraction. But I'm so numb to it at this point that I just simply don't care until it's a woman that matches everything that I'm looking for. I'm not saying everything like, oh, she's not the, you know what I'm saying? But someone that's complimentary to me. Someone that makes themselves known and has all the basic traits that I'm looking for before I decide to dig deeper. You know what I'm saying? Is semen retention going to be permanent for me? I don't know. More than likely not. You know what I'm saying? More than likely not, because let me go ahead and like not end it, but like let me go ahead and talk about this real quick. You know, I told you I'm just random with this. But like I say, this is where it's going to be an unpopular take. Okay, this is like some people say, well, why'd you even put this in the video? Because this is how my mind works. I don't like lying to people. I don't like selling people on something. You know what I'm saying? I like to give people the full story. I cover all bases with everything. You know, is semen retention going to be permanent for me? More than likely not. Because as great as this experience is, there's some of that physical earthly life that I want to experience. And if I want to go out there and start being a whole hoe, then I still want the opportunity to enjoy that aspect of a physical life. Might sound bad, might sound crazy, but that will give me more information. That will give me more things to share. That will give me another opportunity, another place to learn. As above, so below. So if I'm all high and mighty from this and I'm learning from things from this perspective, what can I learn on the other direction? Once again, as long as I don't let it consume me and control me, cool. Because like the thing is with me now, even if I do have a nice spurring, active sexual life after this, right? I'm still always going to take that time to recharge at some point. That's one thing that I've definitely learned from this. Even if I go back into having a regular casual dating life, which more than likely won't, but nevertheless, you know, you never know what life brings. It's like I'm still going, even if I have Miss Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Miss Tuesday night, Miss Friday. If I had so many, let's just say I had all these women hanging off of my arm, I could dial them up and they come through every time. I would still take the time to just be alone. I would still take the time to say, hey, it's nothing with you. I'm just taking some time off to myself. We can kick it, go get something to eat, but I don't want to do anything sexual with you. Is that okay with you? I have that level of maturity. I have that level of discipline that I've instilled in myself. You know, the thing is, like, you know, the hard part about like having this type of conversations, I have to assume you're all mature. If you know that you already can't control yourself, this part doesn't apply to you. But for me, it's like there is something magical. I'm not going to try to ignore it. I'm not going to deny. There is something magical about that nut. It is. There's something that just as a man, it's like, yo. Like there's something about that, but I just think that we misuse it. I think that we revisit that well too many times and the well quite literally runs dry. You know, we need to get it together. Yes, it's a very powerful physical sensation, but you also, once you get that post-nut clarity, you have to think about that. I've been thinking about this for months, weeks, hours, you know, depending on the frame of reference for this hypothetical situation. And that moment of pleasure lasted me a few seconds. Are you going to let your life be revolving around a few seconds of pleasure? Or are you going to be looking for the long term? Are you going to be a short-term person that's like trying to get into crypto and like when moon? You've been invested in this asset for a whole 15 minutes and you're asking when moon. That is not a proper investor mindset. You need to be prepared to either some stuff could happen in the crypto world, or you could, like, you know, be willing to wait 5-6 years for it to actually happen because you did the proper research. You know, you did not have the background on everything. Are you willing to invest that time in yourself is what I'm saying. Are you willing to miss a few of these crypto rocket moments, these stock, well, I guess the stocks aren't really looking too good right now, but that's why I talk about crypto a lot. It's like this crypto world. It's like, are you waiting for the one that are you gambling or are you investing? Are you just guessing and going with what the herd is doing? What has the most fancy thumbnail? Or are you going to do your research on where you're putting your money? Are you planting your seeds in some desert sand? Or are you putting it in a nice, fresh, loamy material, nice like topsoil? What are you doing with your time? What are you quite literally doing with your seed? You know, you're quite literally, your semen that is in your ball sac circulating throughout your body, the energy from which is circulating throughout your body. What are you doing with that? Are you planting it for long-term growth? Or are you just using it for your quick fix? That's on y'all. I'm 2 years in. Do I know if I'm going to make it to year 3? Probably not. But I'm also not going to make it one of those weird videos where, oh, my streak is ended, guys. You don't need to fucking know. Focus on your life. Do what you want to do. Hell, I might be celibate for the rest of my life until it's time for me to have a kid. Who knows? I'm just going along with the journey and telling y'all what I'm seeing. You know, I really love y'all. I really do. For those of y'all that take this practice seriously, I'm very happy for you. For those of you that want to be around the more like-minded individuals, feel free to join my Discord chat. We always in there. You know, it's like we're slowly growing. And once again, though, it's not one of those bing bang booms all the time. Sometimes you get someone in there talking. Sometimes someone will reply to your message 2 days later. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But if you're working towards something, if you're trying to be positive, if you need motivation, feel free. Feel free to email me. Feel free to just find me in the Discord chat whenever I'm there. And I got you if I got the time. You know, I love doing this stuff. I love helping people. I love making people feel stronger. But I want y'all to understand something with me. Yes, I'm funny on camera, but when we are talking as men individually, you better come with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying put on a front. I'm not saying be fake because you're in my presence. I'm just saying when I talk to some of y'all, y'all still embody bitch ass in this energy. You still embody simp energy. You still embody beta energy. You're still waiting for someone to make a decision for you. You're still waiting for someone to tell you what you already know. You're a man. You should be able to do that. But when you're communicating with another man that has a different perspective than you, or has walked in your path already, take heed from us. But don't get it fucked up. For some of you new people out there, I might learn from you as well. So don't be afraid to share your story. I want most of y'all to start your own semen retention channels, even if you don't even do YouTube forever after that. Just spread the message about semen retention. Point them my way, point them to somebody else's way. Share in the information. Share this information, because that's how we gain our power back as men. One person, sure, you get to enjoy all the benefits of you being alone and you doing your own thing. But what happens when your whole squad is on your energy? Then what? Are you going to make that squad? Are you going to cultivate that squad? Or are you just going to go where you're accepted? Come on, man. That should be a rhetorical question by now. You know, it's like, I don't go where I'm accepted. I go where I accept. You know what I'm saying? If I don't care how fun it is. I don't care how much free shit they give it. I don't like free shit. In this world and the way our society works right now, I don't like free shit. I don't. If a big company is giving you free stuff, then you are the product. You're supposed to go to these companies and buy things from them. They're giving you something for free. What's the catch? You see what I'm saying? Take care of your diets. Exercise. Drink plenty of water. I would say get out in the sun. Some of y'all can handle the sun. Some of you cannot. Get more sun. That's just a little hint for the world out there. You know what I'm saying? Things are changing. One of your biggest skills that you need to adapt right now is adaptation. The skill to adapt. Self-discipline, adaptation. You know, everything is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. There will be things in life that will happen to you. And you can either sit there and keep letting it stomp you out, or you can get back up and kick it in the throat. You know what I'm saying? Take control of your life. The first way you take control of your life is you take control of your vessel. You ever tried to ride a horse and it wouldn't cooperate? It's always always kicking up. It's always trying to kick you off, throw you off, whatever. It's like that's what your bodies are doing to you right now. That's what's happening right now. And you have to grab the reins. You have to control that horse. Some of y'all are so fixated on getting women, and then when you get a woman, you're not going to be able to satisfy her because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Go learn what sex is. Go learn about the female anatomy. Go learn about your anatomy. There'll be certain things that you just don't care about no more. Something that I know I was about to wrap it up, but fuck it. My mind's going. We're gonna keep on talking. You know, one of the things for me is when it came to sex, for example, one of the things I was already starting to weed out of before I started the celibacy and the semen retention stuff was if you don't last long, so what? I'm not saying that you get your nut and as long as you're good and you can let your girl go finish herself off. I'm not saying anything like that. But that used to be a huge level of insecurity for me. Have sex and you finish within a couple of minutes. It's why are you insecure about that? Hey, you fine, girl. You did your thing. I'll help you out the best I can, but you know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying get into sex and be selfish or anything like that. But I'm just saying you shouldn't be beating yourself up over that. You know, just get over it and make it better. Okay, it was quick this time. You ready for round 2? Or You know, it's like, or you just grow from it and be like, hey, it is what it is, so I'm gonna put in as much work as I can get in 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Once again, be an active lover. Once you guys get to that point, be an active lover. Do not be in this selfish world where you're only focused on yourself. That's the reason why half of y'all nut so quick when y'all fucking in the first place. You go into your own world. You're finally in it. You're not used to it anymore. You're not used to how it feels. You're not used to the whole situation, and your mind going on overdrive. But then not only is your mind going on overdrive and you're like literally unstable mentally right now, but then all you're thinking to yourself is don't nut, don't nut, don't nut, don't nut, don't nut. Well, don't think of the pink elephant in the room. Didn't you just see a pink elephant in your head? So what are you saying to your mind when you're saying don't nut? You're stimulating yourself. You're bringing out that bodily reaction by saying don't do something. The brain only hears the positive, so only speak positive words. You know, don't might make you think that you're doing something in the opposite direction. You're not. You know, when you engage in sexual intercourse with a woman, realize that it takes two to tango. You are not there by yourself. It's not just you. You're not just there to get that. No, yeah, I'm getting mine. Yo, I'm digging this shit out. Yeah. I mean, maybe you are, but also see if she's enjoying herself. You know, see if she's enjoying herself. See if she's engaging with it. See if she's you know what I'm saying? Like find where you lead and find where you lead and find where you follow. Make it a nice exchange of energy, not just you asserting your dominance using a woman's body as your vessel. Have some respect when you actually enter back into the sexual world. Or even if you are sexual, but you still practice semen retention, just not ejaculating when you're having sex. Nevertheless, that's going to really make you value the woman that's giving you her time and her body. Once again, some women are deserving of this treatment, some are not. But the only reason they are or are not being treated about this is how they act in their own minds. The traumas that they are carrying, the energies that they are carrying. That's why I've chosen to be so much more careful with who I lay with. Because once again, there's energy that's involved. Sexual energy exchange, SEX, sexual energy X. You got to force that one. But exchange, right? You're taking on her energies. If she has let's turn it into money. All right. You got $100. She got $0. If you mess with her, she takes your money in half. She cuts it in half. She gets 50. Does that sound like a good investment for you? That makes no sense. I messed with you and I lost money and you gained money. Wait, hold on. You know what I'm saying? So with some of these people's energies, some of their energies will drag you down. Sure, she might be fine as fuck, but she's a rotten apple. Beautiful on the outside, rotten on the inside. But some of you men are like that as well. You know, some of you men are like that as well. You think you got all this. Some of y'all got the cars, the clothes, the money, the position, you know, the influence, all that type of stuff. You got all that. But you're still a piece of shit as an individual. You wouldn't help a person if you had 15 towels, you know, old raggedy towels in your trunk, and you see someone sweating, they're asking for a towel, you wouldn't even give it to them because you're that selfish. You got 15 things that you're not using, but you won't pass it on to somebody else. Some of y'all over here talking about, I'm a real man, I'm alpha, I'm ready to lead, I'm ready for a polygamous relationship. You can't even handle yourself. You think you can handle one woman? You think you can handle 2 women? 3, 4, 5? You think you can handle that? Stop fantasizing and be realistic about yourself. You know, it's like I've done research into polygamy. It's a cool idea, but even I myself see myself as a one woman type of man. That's just how I am, you know, but you never know what's going to happen. I might pull up and you might see me recording with 2 of my wives. I don't fucking know. But nevertheless, I don't turn down anything, but I know who I am. I would have to be comfortable with one person before I can get 2 women. That'll blow my mind. Like, I bet, I can't handle both of y'all's emotions. One of y'all's already taken too much from me, so let me grow into this. But I don't know what that last part was, but nevertheless, man, semen retention is a very life-changing thing. It gets rid of all of your anxieties. It gets rid of the mental fog. It makes you clear. It resets your body. You deprogram yourself from needing excessive levels of ejaculation, whether that's manual or with via a partner. Doesn't matter. It's like once you realize what you have, you realize that you are the key, gentlemen. You know, like, oh, I'm the prize. No, I'm the prize, sweetheart. Women are more likely the ones to have baby fever than men. So for you to have said baby, what do you need? So you better start treating me right, or you ain't gonna get shit from me. Let's flip the game back towards our benefit, I guess, until there's like a natural balance in the world. Because right now things are becoming very feminized, whatever. You know, things are leading more towards women right now, and things are just unbalanced. So let's bring it back more towards our end. But we as men need to be also the gatekeepers of this shift of balance. Yes, we'll bring it back in more in our favor, but we as men need to know when enough is enough. Let's have balance again. Not where men are in power and women are subservient. No, we both know our roles as men and women, and we execute them together. To the next one, y'all. Good luck, y'all. Peace.